Hello, my name is Emiko, and here's the first video I'll make. It's a tutorial for I use palette, and we'll be doing this 9-box scene, what we see right here in front of your screen. And so let's get started. So I have footage already, which I've filmed previously, and I'm just gonna cut 9 parts from that one and bring it into AfterFX. And yep, the program we'll be needing for today is AfterFX, Adobe AfterFX. I'll be using the latest version. So here it is, and let's import our footage. Control I to import our footage. Alright, so now we have our footage. We want it to be a 16:9 aspect ratio, so the one I'm using is 1920 by 1080p. So what you want to do is drag this footage right here and put it to the new composition box down below. So here we have our footage. And then next part we want to do is put a solid white background. So we're going to go to layer, new, solid, and we're going to choose white. Alright, boom, we have it. So here's our white background. And then the next thing you want to do is put a letterbox. So in the description of this video, I put a folder there with all the things you'll need for this video. This includes like even the small like writings and barcode, whatever that's like included in the video itself, just like what you see here down bottom left, or this pink marker and stuff. Alright, so we're gonna import and we're gonna go to that folder. So it's right here, and we'll open this 1920 by 1080 letterbox. What you want to do is also drag it into our footage, or just drag it onto our timeline here. So here we have it. Next thing you want to do is bring our video layer all the way to the top, and then next you want to do all the color correcting on this one video, because if you want to doing it on all 9 is just a bit more time consuming. So we're gonna do it on this video before we start cutting it into 9 different pieces. In this case, my video is already color corrected, but if you want to do some color correcting similar to I use video, is bring the contrast down like lower than normal. You want to get rid of like all the shadows and make sure you have a nice light and soft foreground and background, as well as the skin. So you would probably have to go to brightness in our effects manager and drag it onto the clip, and over here on the left side you can bring contrast a bit more down. For me, maybe I'll bring it to -27. That's pretty good. Alright, now we're gonna find our 9 clips to put into our video. Alright, so I found my first one. I'll go like that. To cut is Control-Shift-D. Alright, so we'll speed this part up. Alright, so here we have our 9 clips. So we have our 9 clips cut out right here. The next thing we want to do is center our footage to where we want, for like what frames we want in the 9 boxes. So we're going to be taking a square off the center of each one. So make sure each clip is centered, like the subject is centered. So maybe for this one, we'll bring it just a bit to the center right here. Look at each one. Maybe this one, drag it a bit more here. Alright, the next thing you want to do is take a box and click anywhere at the top here, hold shift to make it a square, hold shift, and you got your box. Alright, so once you have that box, hit anywhere out of the screen, and right down here what we can see is that we have this mask layer for this clip. We gotta take it, Control C, go to the next clip, select it, and paste it. So it's gonna make a box there as well. And then you gotta do that for each clip, for all 9 clips. once we have that, we have our 9 boxes. So what you want to do is select all of them, and we're gonna go to align, and then we're gonna choose align layers to composition. Select composition. We're gonna align it horizontally, and then we're gonna align it vertically. Alright, and once we're at that, we're gonna first make all of these layers smaller. So when you click one of the edges and then hold shift and then lower the size, the scale of it. So I'm gonna look back at the video just for an example. So we're gonna have 3 by 3, 1, 2, 3. Make it a bit more smaller. Alright, that looks like a fair size. Alright, what we're gonna do once you have it like at the right size, we're gonna go align it again to composition, align horizontally and align vertically. Okay, right, once everything is aligned to the center, what you want to do next is bring all the layers to 0. We're gonna drag all these layers, go down, go down, go down. Alright, awesome. Once we have that, once we have aligned all these layers to 0, so we'll keep our first layer like that. We'll go to the second one. We're gonna drag it all the way here. Alright, let me just check the gap here. Okay, maybe just a bit closer, like that. Okay, that's fair. Whoops. Alright, so you have this for the second layer right here. We'll go one layer up again, and we'll try and get it the same distance apart, possibly. You can use your arrow keys to adjust it finely. Alright, next thing you want to do is get the next 3 layers. You gotta highlight them, alright, and then we're gonna drag them all the way down here and try and get the same spacing. Actually, I think I should space them a bit more closer. Alright, so we're gonna fine tune these ones to left and right as well. That looks good. Alright, that looks good. Alright, we'll go to the 3 layers we just highlighted again, and then we'll adjust. You could choose either one, and we're gonna bring them to the side. Just drag them. You can try and align them. Alright, so once we have this 9 square box, what we want to do is make these add-ons to it. Let's go back to the video right here. So what we can see, there's an X and there's an O. Alright, so what we have in the folder that's given in our description are these X and O. So what I did is I already drew these with a drawing tablet, and it's for you to use. So you don't have to go on Photoshop and draw it yourself, because I spent like maybe a good 30 minutes trying to get it almost close to the video as possible, especially with the textures. Alright, so we'll go back to AfterFX, Control I to import. We'll go first, let's highlight the X and the O, import them, and we'll take these and we'll drag it into our timeline. So let's get the X. Okay, let's hide the circle first. Alright, let's get the cross. Alright, you gotta hold the corner and hold shift so it locks in its aspect ratio, and we'll try and get it to the same size as you can see it in the video. So we can kind of see at the bottom that the bottom left tip of the X hits the top left of this clip on the middle row of the left. Alright, so we got